Okay, next I'm gonna make a video on what is how to deal with how to cope with the doctor program potential depression issue. So in the last video I talked about the prevalence of depression. It's kind of easy to just get depressed for the doctor program. Just given a high rejection rate. The solutions, from my kind of experience, I think the key is the most important one, or the first order for business. First order business is what? Make sure you really enjoy the lifestyle of being a professor or the academic life. And nowadays most of the doctor programs, they will give you kind of what, the plenty of time to understand what you will get into. If you get into a doctor program, what kind of life you will have. I will just talk about the business PhD program. Others, I have some knowledge, but I'm just working in called what, in trench of the business PhD program. I have trained 8 doctoral students. Some are very successful. For example, already got tenured and published. Well, actually, based on his records, he could have kind of got tenured at any kind of a major research university. Next to his place at the top-notch private institute, and also some very terrible failure kind of example. So the key is basically make sure you like the lifestyle of being a professor. It's I think most people just see what many people just see the shining side. These are public available kind of information, but the cost, like the price you have to pay being a professor, many times it's hidden. It's not open. It's not open. Many times it just cannot be open. People just cannot tell you everything. But I think in the US or the Canada or European top schools are very similar. When they interview you, you can talk to the students senior to you. Nowadays there's just so many online discussions, so the shining side and also the dark side of being a professor. This is very important. I keep using like the football analogy to talk about the American life, because many Americans I know in my field, many in these top professors, the top docs, they believe in what? They believe in work to death, because they really enjoy what they are doing. You want to see like they enjoy every minute, but they really enjoy. This is what they have decided. Especially for many Americans or people from the developed nations, they had the choices, they had options. Unlike, I think, quite some students from developed nations, because this is the best option we have. But for these Americans, many from my American colleagues, they had made an informed decision. They have a comparative alternative. So they find out this is the best. So in other words, we have a self-selection kind of problem. Like, you're competing against what kind of people? They really enjoy being a professor. The professor has 3 parts kind of job. All the roles. Most important one is what? The research. So that's kind of publish or purge kind of a part of the game. And then teaching. especially in business school or social sciences, you have to be able to deliver teaching. These American kids are not easy to impress. And why? Because remember, now we have the internet, and there's so many interesting topics or professors online. And if you don't teach well, then they will complain. They think you suck. So teaching. The third one is service. Because American universities typically run by the professors, called self-governance. I mean, it's not entirely, but to being a professor, you have lots of kind of service. So, for example, I'm the most senior person in our department. So, in addition to like mentoring doctoral students, as part, you have to at a research program. Basically, each year they take in like 2 or 3 students. You need to You basically need to train them. And also there just lots of other administrative kind of work. So this is true basically for any organization nowadays. They just have lots of and they also the legislation they don't want to have easy time. They're pushing lots of paperwork. For example, after tenure, all the professors have to go through called an annual review. They basically check, whether you're just lazy or you're doing well. And who is doing the annual review? It's called a peer review. Basically, your colleagues, and then in your department, and then the department chair. Was serving like a twice as the interim chair. I fully understand how complex the American university have become, and then there's just lots of service job. So, kind of getting back to my point, the most important solution to the depression issue is what? Make sure you get into what you want, what you like, because you're going to spend what? A significant portion of your life. If this is not what you want, actually I had some students, they pretend they like, or they say, okay, they like the pay, the salary, being a professor, but they just don't want to do the work. That's the first one. The second one is what? The second one is to make sure you have a balanced life. There's like in addition to like writing papers or reading papers, you have some like hobbies in life, like food, travel, making friends. Family support is very important. What I noticed is the people who couldn't survive the program typically are single. So when they had the pressure, they didn't talk to their parents because they feel like their parents don't understand them. Then they don't have close friends. The third one is have some kind of historical understanding. Our time, the culture. You have a broad kind of understanding of the controversies or the confusing kind of discussions. I know that some students are just too naive or too simple-minded. They tend to think like the university life is like conflict-free. That's totally untrue. You can look at this profession with both positive and negative perspective. Positive side is this is actually what makes the American system so viable, so competitive, full of vitality. Because the system, what? The system encourages new ideas, new solutions, innovation. So you can see the setup. You know, being a professor, your most important job is what? To come up with something new. So that's kind of important. It's just embedded in the system, like this, basically the incentive, the rewarding system. Okay, hang on, I'm going to actually stop for this video.